Okay, good day everyone. Today we're going to be doing topical analysis on Euro Australian dollars, starting from the weekly time frame. So this is going to be a multiple video series where we'll talk about zones, trend lines, trend origins, market structure, and ultimately some real price study. So where we start on starting with zones. So what are zones? Zones can be defined as support and resistance levels. Support over resistance levels. Zones can be defined as support or resistance levels on higher time frames. Support and resistance levels can be defined as a point. If zones can be defined as support or resistance levels on higher time frames, such as the daily, the weekly, and monthly time frames, then what are support and resistance levels? Support and resistance levels can be defined as a point or region that price is unable to go above in case of resistance or go below in the case of support. Okay, so exemplified by this. Right here we have a weekly, let's call it support zone. Now, based on this definition, we understand that it's a support zone because price has been unable to go below it. Right? Similarly, right over here, we have a weekly resistance zone because price has been unable to go above it. That's pretty straightforward, right? There's obviously also what we call resistance called turn support, which is a zone that is acting as resistance, which starts to act as support, or vice versa, which is what we have here. Price acts as support, then price breaks through it, then it acts as resistance, price breaks through it again, it once again turns around to act as support. It's because of things like this that we just commonly call them zones rather than saying resistance or support level, because price sometimes flips from one side to the other, like a repelling magnet. Okay, so now let's continue. Let's identify the remainder of our zones on the weekly time frame, and then we'll go to the daily time frame and see if we can identify any zones there. I believe this is our all-time high. This is our weekly zone / all-time high. Okay, so what do we have for zones? We don't want to go too far back into price action so that we can maintain relevance to the current price. We have a weekly zone here. Okay, now let's identify our zones on the daily time frame, and then that will be it for this video. So daily time frame zones. You can see a very clear zone here. It even turns into resistance. It's supposed to become resistance zone. We have another zone here. It's actually a clear range, price range. We have resistance that becomes support here, making it another valid daily zone. We have this pair seems to like we have resistance zone here. We also have a resistance turn support here. Okay, so that's it for our zones. Now let's go to draw our trend lines, but that will be on the very next video. Alright, thank you for watching.